Hi, I'm Thomas Miller, or Max Smith, whoever you prefer, and this is a special edition to recap the election so far. Because remember, Election Day is tomorrow, so stay tuned. Okay, people, how in the craziness did we get here, people? How did we get to this crazy, messed up, freaking stupid-ass election? How did we get here? Stay tuned, because this is going to be a quick recap of how we got to this crazy, messed up, where we're at right now. Okay, so let's start with the Democratic side. You got Bernie Sanders, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg. Basically, the other people, they were just there because they wanted to be there. It originally was just between the two, Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden. I mean, come on, let's get real. So, some people won in some places, some people won in other places, but mainly it was Bernie Sanders who was taking the lead early on in the primaries. But then all went downhill after South Carolina, where Biden won, and then everyone coalesces behind him. All the other candidates coalesce right behind him. Right after Joe Biden wins, it's like, oh, cool, he's won. He's got a chance now. But did he really have a chance? Did he really have the number of people there to lock him in to the nomination? Did he have enough representatives? Do you have enough people saying, yeah, we'll make sure he's the nominee? Do you have enough delegates representing him at that point in time? No, he didn't. But nonetheless, they told everyone to drop out on Super Tuesday and coalesce behind him and give him that boost, which shot him the lead. He should have done that. They should have stayed in on Super Tuesday. They should have stayed in there, people. It's nuts and it's chaotic, and they just do it because dear old Obama said, hey, jump. And they say, how high? And so they all fall in line. So then it went back and forth. Looks like he could catch ahead, but didn't catch ahead. And then he finally dropped out. Bernie Sanders did. And now it's just Joe Biden. He got the nomination. We had the convention, which was pretty straightforward. No policy, but not crazy, but also a snooze fest, basically. So let's go to the Republican side. Let's start back, rewind to last year sometime, when there were some people that were able to get into caucuses, but there wasn't enough caucuses because they canceled a lot of them in a lot of states. This is before the pandemic. They just said, we just don't need to have them because we want Trump to be the nominee. I mean, they literally just made it so he would be the nominee. They literally canceled primaries and caucuses all over the country so he could be the nominee because he really wanted to. He thought, hey, there's no way I could lose this time around. Well, beginning of this year, he knew about the pandemic but did nothing. Remember, he knew about it. Did he actually understand it? Understand how deadly it was and how easy it was to transmission by the air? He said he did, but did he really? Obviously not, because we have over 250,000 people have died now. Over 250,000. But you're thinking to yourself, but there's over 1 billion people in this country, so how is that? That's just peanuts. Oh, really? Compared to other countries who've done a lot better and have had only maybe 22 deaths, 7 deaths, 30 deaths in total. In total, man. We're talking, that's the entirety of this pandemic that's been going on, man, so far. They've had from March until now, they've had Taiwan, they've only had 7 deaths. Total, people. That's total deaths from March until now. So you compare that to us, man, that is a big, significant number. But anyways, So now we're in the pandemic, things get crazy, things start shutting down, and then Trump starts getting saying, oh, we'll be open real soon, this won't last much longer, oh, we'll be open by April. Are we open by April? No. Are things get better by April? No. Oh, when the weather gets warmer? No. I'm sorry, people. So they're going back and forth, and then Trump, on who's doing a good job of taking care of gave people the proper information about the pandemic. Grant you, one side doing a little bit better than the other, because one side's just not doing it at all. The other side is doing so. The Democrats are so, especially with Bernie Sanders. Even when he was still in the race, he said, I'd rather you be safe than vote for me, because he really was concerned about people's health and safety. And a lot of people applaud him for that and wish he had still been the nomination. I mean, had gotten the nomination and had been the nominee. Correction. So now we're in the midst of this pandemic. Trump is saying, keeps on saying, it'll go away soon, it'll go away soon. Oh, we have a vaccine very soon, we have a vaccine. Well, none of that is actually absolutely positively true, man. And they got Biden saying, I'll do this when I'm president, I'll do this when I'm president. When he could have encouraged Nancy Pelosi and the other Democrats to actually push harder and dig their heels in and say, hey, if you don't do what is necessary, man, then we will push our supporters, our fellow Democrats out there, to make things legally and a lot harder for you to make your case. But did they do that? Did Joe Biden do that? No, he did not. So people, that's how we got here. That's where we were. That's where we're at now. Tomorrow's the election. It's crazy. It's nuts. So you tell me down below, man, would we have been better off if Bernie Sanders had been the nominee, got the nomination, or are we better off that Joe Biden is the guy running on the Democratic side? Be honest. Don't hold back. Don't be, maybe. Oh, come on. We don't have time for any more bullshit, because this is crazy. This is nuts, people. This is your life, and your life does matter. Because Trump, he doesn't care, man, whether you're African American, Asian, white, it doesn't matter to him, man. Your life doesn't matter to Trump. Well, that's all I got to say. Vote however you want to vote. Don't do it because I tell you to do it. Don't because anyone tells you to do it. And make up your own mind. Well, this is Max saying this has been a special edition of Anything Goes by Max Smith. Bye for now. And don't forget to subscribe, like this video, click the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one.